Yo, what's up, guys? I haven't recorded in about 3 days, and that's not typically, but that's mainly because I have just been doing my market research. I basically finished the market research for this new product. If you guys don't know, I have a big. I hate saying this, but because I just keep repeating the same thing, and it just sounds like nothing. Basically, I have a big opportunity, to do something in ecom. I think I'll just say it honestly. Like, I won't say exactly what, but I'll just say what it is. It's basically, I'll be able to, or I'm given the opportunity to build a full-on brand with another ecom person. They're gonna take me, help me out with financially. They'll be funding the project, and then they'll be giving me a lot of information on what they would recommend doing. They have a lot of connections, and that's how we actually came across this product. So I'm going to be in charge of doing a bunch of the front end, so like website ads, the offers, and all the stuff that you do in ecom. Then we have a team that's doing the fulfillment, of course. And then, of course, he's funding the project and, of course, helping me out. We're working close together, and he's helping me out with that. So that's basically the big thing with this new opportunity that I have. I don't want to say too much other than that, I think, for now, just because it's very new and its product hasn't even been launched yet. But I'm definitely going to be keeping you guys updated on what's going on, what have I done throughout the day. But if it's days like, oh, I just did market research today, oh, I just did market research again today, there's nothing really to update you guys on unless I have something I want to talk about. In this video, I actually want to talk about something. There's like two other things I want to talk about. I wrote down some notes, so I might be looking over at my computer a bit. But yeah, I mean, the market research is basically done. I need to now look at my customer research and figure out who am I actually going to be targeting. Which market can we get into that is, more new or like not as tapped in, I guess, if that's the word you want to say. Like, there's not much competition for this one, but I know that it's an opportunity. I have a good idea on what market I actually want to go for. So basically the customers I'm going to be targeting with this product. And I have a good idea on who I want to be targeting. I think what I'm planning to do is take a existing indirect competitor, use their targeting marketing angles, of course, make it my own, and do our product. So, because our product is a bit different than theirs. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. I still have to, do a lot of customer research, figure out what do people actually say about the product, and instead of just looking at who are my competitors and what are their marketing angles, right? I have a pretty good understanding of who my competition is, what are their angles, what are the markets that they're targeting, and so now I just need to kind of, how do I enter the market, But yeah, that's basically it for the ecom side of things. I guess there's another ecom side of things. Like, I wanted to talk about how Gruns, I think that's the company name, Gruns, I don't know. They just sold for like $1.2 billion, guys. You don't realize how crazy that is. Like, Gruns was a gummy supplement brand, I believe. And they sold, from what I saw, it was like supplements for kids and adults. That's a super saturated market, guys. Sean Ang had a really good Twitter post for kind of explaining what to do in this type of situation where you think that your product is in a saturated market, and basically what to do, outside when you're entering a saturated market, what you should be doing, because Gruns entered a saturated market and they were able to sell for $1.2 billion. So Sean Ang made a good Twitter post. If you guys want, just send me a DM on Discord. I'll, send it over to you guys. Actually, I reposted it on my Twitter page, so you can just go to my Twitter page and you'll find it. It's like my second post right now on there, on Twitter, unless I post more today or something. But that really just shows that ecom is still possible, guys. Like, $1.2 billion, when they started their brand, they were definitely getting people telling them, like maybe family members, friends, telling them that, oh yeah, this is too saturated. They probably had doubts in their mind if this would even work, because that's a super saturated market. How do you even get into that market? They were able to do it, and they got in. My computer just turned off. Okay, there. But it just shows that ecom is still possible, guys. Ecom is only the beginning of, like, this is only the beginning of e-commerce. People say drop shipping is dead. Of course, maybe that side of drop shipping, like where you steal people's content and you take 3 weeks to ship a product. Yes, that is probably dead, because shipping times for 3 weeks, people don't actually want that anymore. But it's still possible to get into that. It's not impossible to do drop shipping. Like, I know many people that are doing drop shipping and they're still succeeding to this day. Like, it just shows that there is still opportunity and still chances of getting into ecom, and you shouldn't be doubting if the business model works. Runs just prove that it works. Like, now I'm not saying I had doubts in ecom. I've only believed that I'm going to succeed with e-commerce. That's because I've already had success with e-commerce through organic dropshipping. If you guys don't know, I did organic dropshipping about a year ago. That was my first ecom stuff, and I had a couple 10K months, or actually it was like 20K month and then a 10K month, or 11K technically, but that's where I got the validation for e-commerce. It took a long time to get to that, and then now I'm here doing paid ads because I had a bunch of money. I lost all that money, and yeah, I'm still doing paid ads. I lost all that money by testing stupidly. That's the easiest way to put it, I guess. But yeah, guys, ecom is not too saturated if you're questioning if it works. Maybe the method you do in your advertising or your fulfillment or your website creation, maybe that side of things is saturated, you could say. But realistically, it's still possible to get in, guys. But there's always opportunity for success. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was how I'm making I thought it was a big decision to make. Like, I don't know, I was kind of hesitant of making this decision. But then I looked at it and it's like, I should just do it. Why would I not do it, right? Basically, I'm not going to school this summer. I was planning on going to school, so summer would be, I think it was May until August, so mid-August. I was planning on going to school for like 1 or 2 days out of the week, but the amount of time it actually takes is a lot. And then my dad even came up to me and said, you should just take the summer off. Like, of course, I've been talking about how much I don't like it. If you actually talk to me directly and you actually ask me about how I think of school, you'll get a quick understanding of what I think about it. I haven't learned anything in the past 8 months of being at school, and I don't know, I just wanted to take the summer off, so I'm not going to be going to school this summer. Like, financially, it's totally fine. Like, there's nothing, there's no risk, realistically. Like, I'm getting more time for myself. It's only benefits for not going to school this summer. I'm 18 years old, guys. Like, I can take risks. I can take these opportunities still when I'm young. I can take these risks while I'm young. I can't take these risks when I'm 30, when I'm 25, right? Like, at 25, if ecom were to not work for some reason, of course it will work. If it were to not work, though, then I'd be looking for jobs and I have to work full weeks, and it's harder to get into this, right? You have to pay for rent, food, all this expenses. Of course, I have to do that now too, but it's not going to be crazy high like it is here in where I live in Canada, right? Canada is super expensive. If you live on the east side, or I guess BC or Ontario, it's so expensive. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to take the summer off. I'm going to be working more, but I still have way more time for e-commerce than I would with school. Of course, I don't hate going to school. I do hate it, but I don't mind the fact that people should go to school. I think if your sole reason is you don't have enough time to do e-commerce alongside school because school is too much work, I don't think that that's true, because I know people that are building huge brands making millions of dollars still at school. And then there's people like me. I mean, I've been still focused on e-commerce. I just, how do I explain it without being like, I don't know. But then there's like, if you don't have the work ethic, it's kind of hard to build an e-com brand if you don't have the work ethic. Now, I'm not saying I have a perfect work ethic, not at all, but I think I definitely have a better understanding of what I want, how I'm gonna get it, and dude, I'm only 18. Like, I can take these risks. Like, one semester I don't go to school, okay, 4 months of my life I'll have to do later on, let's just hypothetically say. But now that I'm not taking the summer, I need to make something work. I need to build this company, make it work. Now, of course, my decision wasn't based off of this opportunity. It was based off of the financial side of things. Will I have more time to actually do ecom? Will I be able to launch my own brands? Because the goal is not to, well, the goal is of course to build this opportunity up, but I also need to be launching my own stores, to be getting the reps in, to be practicing the ads, practicing script writing, direct response. That's a big word right now in the ecom space because of Ben Facciani. And yeah, I just need to be getting more reps in. And now that quite literally my entire focus will be e-commerce, now that I have to succeed now. Like the next 4 months, I need to make something work so that Q4 time, when school is supposed to start, I can also take that time off. And at that point, I should have some brands ready for Q4 to do big numbers. But yeah, I'm very excited for this next few months. It's going to be a lot of work I need to put in. But yeah, my whole focus is going to be on e-commerce. And of course, when I have to go to work, I have to do the job, but that will help fund the e-commerce side of things. And I'm clearing my throat a lot, but yeah, I haven't recorded in about 3 days. I'm going to try and record as often as possible. Of course, if there's nothing to update you guys on, then why would I update you guys that day, I guess? There's just some days I also just forget to record as well. But yeah, I've been pretty consistent. We're at 512 subscribers, so it's crazy how fast this is all growing. I wanted to hit 500 by April 15th, and we hit it like 7 days before, so that's really nice to see, guys. Thank you guys so much, of course. Next is 1,000, and yeah, I'm gonna end the video there, guys, because there's not really much else to update you guys on. And yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know why I was nervous of taking the risk of not going to school right now, but it's like, there's no risk. Realistically, there's no risk of not going right now. I can always go back. I'm not dropping out. I'm still technically in the school. I'm just not going, I'm not registered for any classes. So I can finish the school later. Like, I think you get 10 or 20 years, you can finish your degree and then you'll be good. But I'm not, like, that's not something I'm even worried about. I'm worried about ecom. I only think I'm going to be successful with e-commerce. I only believe that. You can't convince me otherwise. I've only been doing that for a long period of my life now. Well, I guess 2.5 years. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Join the Discord, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.